Welcome back to the Valuable Coins channel, where we explore the fascinating world of numismatics and delve into the hidden treasures that lie within everyday coins. In today's episode, we will be discussing all of the most expensive and rare United States Abraham Lincoln wheat 1 cent coins. So let's get started. The first coin on our list, the 1920 Abraham Lincoln wheat 1 cent without mint mark. The 1920 Abraham Lincoln wheat 1 cent is one of the most cherished coins for collectors of U.S. numismatics. The wheat cent, which features the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, is an iconic coin in the U.S. mint's history, but the 1920 edition stands out for several reasons. In terms of both rarity and demand, this specific year is at the top of the list. The coin was minted during a time when the United States was emerging from World War I, and the nation was grappling with economic changes, inflation, and social shifts. The 1920s, often associated with the Roaring Twenties, was a time of great optimism, but the coin itself holds historical significance far beyond the political and social movements of the era. In terms of design, the coin features the famous wheat design by Victor David Brenner, who created the image of Abraham Lincoln that would be used on this coin from 1909 until 1958. On the obverse, the bust of Abraham Lincoln is shown in a dignified pose, and on the reverse, you have two stalks of wheat, representing prosperity and abundance. It's a beautiful design, which, combined with its historical context, has made the coin so desirable. What makes the 1920 without mint mark so special in the eyes of collectors is the fact that this coin had a relatively high mintage for the time, but it is rare in good condition, especially in circulated grades. There were 157,140,000 coins struck in 1920, making it one of the higher mintage years for the series. However, a significant portion of these coins were used in daily circulation, and as a result, finding them in top condition is a rarity. Coins that have been well preserved, especially those that have retained their original luster, command top dollar in the auction market today. The auction value of this coin can reach staggering heights. In circulated condition, a 1920 Lincoln wheat cent without mint mark can fetch upwards of $90,000, depending on the grade and any additional desirable features the coin may possess. This is largely due to the high collector interest in Lincoln wheat cents in general, as well as the growing demand for coins from this iconic series. The coin has long been a favorite for serious numismatists, and its value continues to increase as more collectors seek it out for their collections. The 1920 Lincoln wheat cent without mint mark has also seen tremendous interest due to its role in helping to shape the U.S. coinage system. With its iconic design, it's not just a piece of currency, but a symbol of a nation that was on the brink of significant change. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or a newcomer to the hobby, this coin serves as a powerful reminder of the history and culture that shaped the United States in the early 20th century. As for collector interest, this coin is highly sought after by those focused on acquiring high-value Lincoln wheat cents. Because of its relatively high mintage, this coin is one of the few that can be found in circulation or in lower-quality grades. However, it is the high-quality specimens that generate the most excitement. If you happen to find a 1920 Lincoln wheat cent without mint mark in fine or higher condition, you might just be sitting on a small fortune. Now, let's move on to the second coin on our list, the 1944 Abraham Lincoln wheat 1 cent with the S error mint mark in black-colored dirty condition. The 1944 Lincoln wheat cent is a classic example of a coin that has intrigued collectors for decades due to its historical significance and the error mint mark associated with certain coins from this year. World War II was still ongoing during 1944, and the United States Mint was under significant pressure to produce coins quickly and in large quantities to meet the demands of a wartime economy. The U.S. was in the midst of producing millions of coins, and some of these ended up with minting errors that would make them incredibly valuable today. The 1944 Lincoln wheat cent features the same classic design by Victor David Brenner. On the obverse, Abraham Lincoln's bust is featured, with the inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" surrounding the portrait, along with the date of mintage. On the reverse, the design features two stalks of wheat, which are a key design feature of this coin series. But what makes the 1944 Lincoln wheat cent stand out is the presence of a minting error, the S mint mark error. In 1944, many of the coins were struck using surplus planchets from the 1943 steel penny production. During this time, the mint was attempting to convert to using copper once again, but due to a shortage of copper during the war, these recycled planchets were sometimes used. The result was the infamous S error, which occurred when a die was used with the wrong mint mark. This mistake led to some coins being released into circulation bearing the S mint mark when they should not have. The black color and the dirty condition of this particular 1944 error coin only add to its mystique and allure. The term black color, in the context of numismatics, refers to coins that have been discolored due to environmental factors, such as exposure to moisture, dirt, or other contaminants. This specific coin has a unique appearance that stands out to collectors who appreciate rare and visually distinctive pieces. The dirty condition may seem like a downside to some, but in reality, many collectors seek out these coins because they represent a piece of history, a rare mistake from a time of crisis. In terms of value, this coin, with the error mint mark, has seen auction prices soar in recent years. While the standard 1944 Lincoln wheat cent without error is worth much less, the presence of the minting error and the coin's historical significance elevate its value. The 1944 Lincoln wheat cent, with the S error mint mark in dirty condition, has been known to fetch auction prices that exceed $70,000, with some specimens even achieving higher figures, depending on the condition and the severity of the error. Collectors are particularly drawn to this coin due to its rarity and the sheer audacity of the error. The 1944 Lincoln wheat cent is already a coin of great interest for collectors of the series, but the error variant is even more highly sought after. The S mint mark error represents a mistake that should not have occurred, and for many numismatists, owning a coin with this error is a badge of honor, showing their dedication to finding the rarest and most valuable pieces. The market for these coins continues to grow, and it is expected that their value will increase over time. As more collectors become aware of these types of errors and seek them out, the prices for these error coins will continue to climb. Additionally, as more 1944 Lincoln wheat cents with this error are discovered and certified by professional grading services, the market for these coins will likely continue to rise in the coming years. Next up, the 1958 Lincoln wheat 1-cent coin with the D mint mark is an absolute gem for collectors and has become one of the most coveted pieces of American numismatics. This particular coin stands out due to its rarity, market value, and the fascinating history behind it. At first glance, it may seem like just another penny from the late 1950s, but when you dig deeper, you'll understand why it holds such significance in the world of coin collecting. Historically, the Lincoln wheat cent was first introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. The coin was designed by Victor David Brenner, and it features a profile of Lincoln on the obverse, along with 2 wheat ears on the reverse. The coin was produced in large quantities, and over the years the design became iconic. However, by the time the 1958 coin was minted, the Lincoln wheat cent was nearing the end of its production run, with the U.S. Mint preparing to replace it with the Lincoln Memorial Cent, which would debut in 1959. As for the 1958 coin itself, it was minted at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, with the D mint mark indicating that this coin was produced in Denver. The total mintage of the 1958 D Lincoln wheat cent was $1,219,000,000, which is a significant number compared to other coins from earlier in the series. However, even with this high mintage, the 1958 D coin remains one of the most desirable among collectors due to its well-preserved condition and the importance it holds in the historical context of American coinage. The 1958 D Lincoln wheat cent is generally known for its excellent design features. The obverse features a sharp portrait of Abraham Lincoln with intricate details around his facial features, including his beard and prominent cheekbones. The reverse of the coin showcases the famous wheat ears, which frame the words 1 cent and United States of America. The design is simple, yet powerful, symbolizing the growth and resilience of the American nation. So why does this coin have such a huge value on the auction market today? The answer lies in its condition and scarcity. The coin was minted in the final years of the Lincoln Wheat Cent series, which means that fewer of these coins were saved in pristine condition. Coins from the 1950s were often circulated and worn, as they were commonly used in everyday transactions. A well-preserved 1958 D Lincoln Wheat Cent is a rare find, and collectors are willing to pay a premium for it. In terms of market value, this coin can command prices upwards of $20,000 in top-grade conditions, especially if it is graded as Mint State 67 or higher by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. The highest graded examples of this coin have become highly sought after in the auction world, and they are often sold to wealthy collectors who appreciate the historical and aesthetic value of the coin. Even coins that are in circulated fine condition, though not as valuable as uncirculated ones, can still fetch a respectable sum, with prices ranging from several hundred to several $1,000s, depending on the overall condition and provenance. One key feature that significantly contributes to the value of this coin is its error potential. Coins with minor defects or irregularities can sometimes be worth more than their perfectly struck counterparts, and the 1958 D Lincoln Wheat Cent is no exception. For example, if the coin has a slight misalignment in the design or a doubled die error, it could push the value of the coin into the higher end of the spectrum. These types of errors are highly sought after by collectors who specialize in error coins, and they are often willing to pay significantly more for a coin with an interesting flaw that makes it stand out from the others. Collecting the 1958 Lincoln Wheat Cent also holds appeal because it represents the end of an era. As mentioned earlier, the Lincoln Wheat Cent series was officially replaced by the Lincoln Memorial Cent in 1959, and many collectors view the 1958 coin as the last true representation of the wheat cent design. Owning a 1958 D Lincoln Wheat Cent is like owning a piece of numismatic history, making it not only a valuable coin, but also a deeply sentimental one for those who appreciate the legacy of American coinage. The collector interest surrounding the 1958 Lincoln Wheat Cent has only grown over time, as more and more collectors seek out rare and high-quality examples of this coin. The coin is particularly popular among those who focus on collecting Lincoln cents, as it serves as a key date in the series. It also appeals to those who collect by mint mark, as the D mint mark indicates a coin minted at the Denver Mint, which has its own unique historical significance. So, if you ever come across a 1958 Lincoln Wheat Cent with the D mint mark in your collection, take a moment to appreciate the rarity and historical context of the coin. It's a piece of American numismatic history that continues to captivate collectors around the world, and its market value is a testament to its enduring appeal. Next up, we have another extremely rare and valuable coin from the Lincoln Wheat Cent series. The 1951 Lincoln Wheat 1 cent coin with the D error close with the date in black color and dirty condition. While this coin may seem a bit unusual in its condition, its error and rarity contribute to its high collector value, making it one of the most sought-after coins for numismatists and investors alike. Let's start by talking about the 1951 Lincoln Wheat Cent and its historical background. The Lincoln Wheat Cent series, as we've already discussed, was introduced in 1909 to commemorate President Abraham Lincoln's centennial. The coin was produced throughout the first half of the 20th century, with only minor changes to the design until its final year of production in 1958. By the time the 1951 coin was minted, the Lincoln Wheat Cent had become a staple in everyday transactions, and it was widely circulated throughout the country. In terms of mintage, the 1951 Lincoln Wheat Cent was produced in large numbers with more than 1.1 billion coins minted at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. However, despite this high mintage, coins from the early 1950s are not often found in pristine condition, making the 1951 coin an interesting specimen for collectors. The Denver minted 1951 Lincoln Wheat Cent, in particular, has become a key date among those who focus on collecting coins from that mint. Now, let's talk about the coin's error. The 1951 Lincoln Wheat Cent, with the D error close with the date, is an extremely rare variation where the D mint mark is positioned unusually close to the date on the obverse of the coin. This error occurs during the minting process when the dies used to strike, the coins are not perfectly aligned. In this case, the D mint mark appears to be too close to the numbers of the year, creating a unique and highly desirable feature for collectors. What sets this coin apart even further is the fact that it is found in black color with a dirty appearance. Coins that have been exposed to dirt or harsh conditions are often considered to be in poor condition, but in the world of coin collecting, these types of coins can still hold significant value. The reason for this is that the coin's unique features, such as the error and its unusual appearance, make it an interesting piece for collectors who specialize in error coins, or coins with distinctive characteristics. While the market value of a 1951 Lincoln wheat cent with a D error, close with the date and dirty condition, may not be as high as coins in pristine condition, it still commands a premium due to the rarity of the error. Depending on the severity of the error and the condition of the coin, a coin like this could easily fetch anywhere from $1,000 to $10,000 or more at auction. In some cases, if the coin is graded highly by a reputable grading service such as PCGS or NGC, it could sell for even higher amounts, especially if it has been well preserved despite its dirty appearance. The collector interest in this coin lies primarily in the uniqueness of the error and the historical significance of the 1951 Lincoln wheat cent. Collectors who specialize in error coins are often on the lookout for coins like this, as they represent a fascinating and rare aspect of the minting process. Additionally, the fact that the coin is from the Lincoln wheat cent series adds to its appeal, as many collectors focus on acquiring as many different variations of this iconic coin as possible. In conclusion, the 1951 Lincoln wheat cent, with the D error close with the date and black dirty condition, is a highly valuable and sought-after coin in today's market. Its error, combined with the historical context of the Lincoln wheat cent series, makes it a piece of numismatic history that collectors will continue to chase for years to come. Even in a dirty condition, this coin holds a significant place in the world of coin collecting and commands a price that reflects its rarity and uniqueness. Next up, the 1936 Abraham Lincoln. Wheat 1-cent coin is a rare and striking piece in the world of U.S. coinage. Its allure is not just about its design, but also its exceptional history and the way it represents a unique period in American history. The coin was minted during the Great Depression, a time of economic hardship in the United States. In 1936, Franklin D. Roosevelt had been re-elected for a second term, and the nation was still struggling to recover from the devastating effects of the economic downturn. The government was looking for ways to restore public confidence in the economy, and this coin, with its comforting image of President Abraham Lincoln, was one small piece of the larger effort to reinstate trust in the U.S. government. The Lincoln wheat penny, which had been first introduced in 1909 to honor the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth, featured a simple yet enduring design. The obverse of the coin depicts the profile of Abraham Lincoln, with his face looking forward, capturing the dignified expression that would become one of the most recognizable images in U.S. coinage history. The reverse side showcases two stalks of wheat, symbolizing the importance of agriculture in the American economy. This design remained unchanged from 1909 until 1958, when it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design. However, what sets the 1936 large-date wheat penny apart is its rarity and the specific condition it might be found in. The term large date refers to a specific variety where the numerals in the date are larger compared to other versions from different years. This small but significant detail can drastically affect the value of a coin. The 1936 large date penny is already rare by itself, but finding it in circulated dirty condition, as we are focusing on in this video, only increases the intrigue and the potential for a high valuation at auction. At first glance, a circulated dirty condition coin might not sound like it would hold much appeal to collectors, but when it comes to rare pennies like the 1936 large date, even those with visible wear and tarnish can fetch astronomical amounts. The dirty condition typically refers to coins that have been exposed to the elements, stored improperly, or have some form of patina or oxidation. These imperfections, while lowering the coin's overall grade, can still carry historical significance that makes them valuable. The 1936 large date penny has a mintage of 380 million, which may sound like a large number. However, the coin's true rarity comes into play when we factor in the condition and the fact that not many of these coins survived in decent shape, let alone those with unique features or slight variations in design. Collectors and investors are particularly drawn to this coin because it's not just about the number of coins produced, but about finding an example that is clean, recognizable, and in as close to original condition as possible. Over the years, interest in the 1936 large-date wheat penny has only grown, and today it holds an enormous place in the coin collecting world. With its status as one of the more affordable rarities for collectors, the 1936 large-date penny continues to attract attention from new collectors, as well as seasoned numismatists who are aware of its potential for appreciation. But here's the real kicker. Despite being in a dirty circulated condition, a coin like this can easily fetch values in the range of $50,000 or more at an auction, depending on its provenance, the severity of its wear, and its overall appeal to collectors. It's a coin that brings with it not only significant historical weight, but a reminder of the way a nation's coins can reflect the times in which they were produced. What makes this particular version so appealing is its historical context. The 1936 penny was minted during one of the most critical and transformative years in U.S. history, making it more than just a coin. It's a symbol of the nation's resilience during a time of struggle. For collectors, owning a coin from such a meaningful period and in such a condition is a true treasure. Thanks for joining us. Happy collecting!